everyone, it's Shar. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video that I've never done before. So it is November, which means the Goodreads Choice Awards are coming upon us. And that sounds weird. You know what I mean. It's not the other thing. I very much believe, like many other people, that the Goodreads Choice Awards is just a popularity contest. Really, it's which books got the most hype so that people shelved it the most often. I could do a lot of research for this video, but I'm not going to. And I don't mean this in any other way than I just want to see if I could guess the Goodreads Choice Award winners. I am going to try to guess which romance books are going to be nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards in the romance category. And then later on, when the Goodreads nominees are actually announced, I will react and see how many we got right. Now, I'm aiming to have at least like 5 of these books right, but I didn't really do any research for this. I honestly just kind of guessed. So let's start with the books that I think are gonna definitely be on there, the books that may be on there, and the books that are kind of a long shot. And I will insert some clips throughout this video of like me setting up the list and me maybe doing a little bit of looking for when I was drawing a blank. But let's start with the books that are definitely going to be on here. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Duh. I think she's been there many times before. I also think that Ali Hazel was going to be on there, either with Not in Love or with Bride. However, Bride is a paranormal romance, and I'm a little bit iffy about where they're going to place that. But at the very least, I think Not in Love will be on there. I also think that for sure we're going to have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, because Abby is my queen. I haven't even read this, but she got nominated the past 2 times, and this book has gotten so much love. So I definitely seeing that book on here. And those are the ones that I'm like, for sure, we're going to see that. So let's think of some of the ones that may be on there. I was looking at maybe like some TikTok hyped ones. So maybe things like Daydream by Hannah Grace, or When I Think of You by Maya Ariel, or Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. Even This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I've never read a Carly Fortune before, but I know that she got nominated last year, and I could see another of her books being nominated in the romance category. King of Sloth by Anna Huang, I could also see being on there, as well as The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, and Savor It by Tara DeWitt. These again are books that I've just seen get a ton of hype and love, and people have been giving it 5 stars. And the more well-loved a book is, and the more hype it gets, the more likely it is in my mind that they will be categorized or as want to read by a lot of readers. Am I checking to see if they even meet the qualifications? No. My only qualification was 2024 release. If you want someone who's doing this a little bit more scientifically and doing a bit more research, I know Ashley from Ashley's Little Library a couple of years ago did a video that was very in-depth. This is us having silly, goofy times together. Okay, that's all this is. I also see Ready or Not by Cara Bastone potentially being on the nomination list. And then we have some that I could see on it, but like I'm not sure, and maybe I would want to. So like one I would definitely want to see is The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. This book was just so fun and so good, and I loved it. But we can admit that the Goodreads Choice Awards is very white, very hetero, which is a big problem, and also why I just want to guess. I think that I could just guess what the books are based on social media hype. I could also potentially see Business Casual by B.K. Borison. Oh, I think that's a long shot, as well as Play Along by Liz Tom Ford. However, a book that was in this series, was it Mile High? I think was nominated before, and I could see Play Along, the newest book in this series, being nominated. Swift and Saddled, potentially. Morbidly Yours, I could also see on there. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, I would like to see on there. I haven't read it, but I know that people who have read it have really loved it, as well as Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. One that I haven't included here, but I think we could see, is Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell, just because it was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick, I think, as well as How to End a Love Story, which was also, I think, Reese Witherspoon, but I could be confusing that with book of the month. So I can see that giving it more access to like the wider public who doesn't exist on channels like this or like social media, bookish content, and who just go into the store and kind of see what is interesting to them. So those are the books that I think could be nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards, but I have 22 books here. So we're gonna do a little bit of a tier ranking of sorts, a ranging of what I think will actually be the top 20 books and what will make it to the top 10 finalists, and then ultimately what I think will win. So let's do some ranking for this. All right, so here are the guesses that I have for the Goodreads Choice Awards. You can see that I have more than 20. So what we're gonna do is eliminate the ones that I just am not convinced are gonna be in the Goodreads Choice Awards just from guessing and what I know in the past and just all these things. So I'm going to narrow this down to 20, and then we're gonna move over my top 10 guesses. And when the Goodreads nominees are announced, I will react and we'll see how many I got right. I have 23 guesses. I don't think The Partner Plot is going to be in the Goodreads Choice Awards, even though I loved this book so much. I don't think it's going to make it. I'm looking at this list and I can't figure out like what else would not make it. Like what am I really kind of sure wouldn't be there? Maybe Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This might be overshadowed by its newest release, which is Something Eyes, although this came out earlier in 2024. I know people like it, but I don't think it's gotten as much hype as Elsie Silver's previous books. So we're also going to eliminate that, which means we need to get rid of one more. Between When I Think of You and This Could Be Us, I haven't heard much of anything about When I Think of You, although I know people who have read it have really loved it. So we're going to get rid of that. And this is going to be our top 20 books that I think I'm going to be nominated. Again, I am just guessing. Now, if you know a little bit more about the Goodreads Choice Award, you might be looking at this and be like, Shar, some of these books aren't even eligible. That's not the point of this video. Not the point of this video. So let's go ahead and have our top 20. And there we have it. These are the 20 books I think will make it to the Goodreads Choice Awards. Now, which ones are going to be the top 10s? First, let's just start with what we know is going to happen. It's going to be Emily Henry. It's going to be Abby Jimenez. Those are the only ones that I'm like, for sure. I think Christina Lauren might make it in there as well. I think Allie Hazelwood is going to make it, but is she going to make it with Bride or with Not in Love? I just don't know where they're going to slot Bride. I think they might put that in Romantasy, so we're going to take Not in Love. Again, I don't think this is Romantasy, and I also don't think this is Omegaverse. Okay, it's just werewolf fan fiction. Well, not fan fiction, but it's not Omegaverse. There's no Omegas. There's no alpha hierarchies in the society, okay? I'm going to get off of that, but just know. I think that these four we will see. Potentially we can see Bride in there. It just depends on how they class this. I think we might also see Anna Huang in here as well. I know she's very popular with the book talk community as well. That might contribute to it. So we've got our top 5. Ready or Not has just gotten so much love. I haven't seen anybody read this book and like not enjoy it. So I'm going to say Ready or Not will make it. I think that How to End a Love Story we'll probably see, just because I think this was a Reese Book Club pick or it was part of the book of the month or something like that. So I think we'll see that. If there's any book that's gotten a lot of love right now in the community for romance readers and just on Book Talk, it's Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. This was republished in 2024 in terms of, I think, being officially picked up. So I do think it qualifies, even though it got some hype last year as well. So we've got our top 8. Obviously, Savor It by Tara DeWitt. Gotten so much love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what's the 10th book I think is going to make it? I think it's Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. And I'm fairly confident in these 10 being my top 10 for the Goodreads Choice Awards. However, is there one that I feel could be on here? And if I was going to say the ones that I thought could also make it is A Novel Love Story and Play Along. Editors note that upon further reflection, I genuinely do believe that we have a good chance of seeing This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan as one of the top 10. If I had to replace any, I would say maybe we won't see How to End the Love Story, but we'll see This Could Be Us instead. Of all of the books on this list, these are the ones that I think have gotten a lot of love. Play Along is relatively new, so I don't know if I'm confident enough in swapping one of these for A Novel Love Story. But King of Sloth has the Book Talk girlies. I don't think people have been loving King of Sloth, but I think you'd know Anna Huang if you're not like in the bookish community. It's got some really good marketing going on there. And if there's another one that I think could make it, it's Rainbow Rowell. So I'm going to keep it here. This is officially the top 10. But let it be known, I also thought that these two could make it as well. This one is the most wild card for me, and so is this one. But the others, I feel fairly confident that we'll see some iteration of in the top 10, just because of how much love they have been getting. However, we're going to have to see when the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees are announced. Like, you'll notice I didn't even move Tessa Bailey over here. I don't think I'll make it top 10, but I loved Fangirl Down so much. So that's the one I think. And if there's one I think it's gonna win, it's Funny Story by Emily Henry. Come on, y'all. She's won so many times. People are just gonna see Emily Henry and vote for her. If there's anyone who has the chance of dethroning Miss Emily Henry, it is going to be Abby Jimenez. I think that Abby has the best chance for getting the win. But I'm going to predict it right here, right now. I think the Goodreads Choice Award winner is going to be Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, if you like this kind of video, I'm going to take it to outro me. She's going to tell you a little bit more about where you could find this. All right, and that does bring us to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's just me having a silly fun time. I am going to be reading some of the books that do get nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards, just because a lot of them are already on my TBR and I haven't gotten to them this year already. So if you enjoy that kind of content, make sure to subscribe and stick around, because I'll be no doubt incorporating them into upcoming vlogs. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to see you in my next one, besties. Please make sure to let me know in the comments down below which books you think are going to be nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards, or if any of the books I mentioned you've read and loved, also let me know. But I will see you in my next video. Bye!